Yeah, what up, Triple B? Yeah, what's up? Boxing basement. Please like. You know, even if you're a long term sub, please like. Yeah, and you guys, if you like it, sub. You get me? Now, so, the charade, and this will go on for a bit. The charade of the Conor Benn, failure goes on. I'm not going to go over it again. I mean, everyone knows it's boring, but in brief, yeah. He tests positive clomiphene, which is some kind of pregnancy drug, but it can use as a masking agent, and also can increase testosterone when coming off a cycle. It's this was only tested by VADA, which is not actually the British Boxing Board of Control's selected testing organisation. That's UCAD, and they didn't test for it, right? So that's interesting. Also, I assume there's a B sample, so let's see what that says. I'm almost sure it will say pass, but so VADA says yes, you got clomiphene. UCAD says no, it's completely clean. I mean, all these normies are going, oh, we need more drug testing. Oh, this is so terrible. He could have killed someone, and then what? They actually think drug testing works. Normies are just so pathetic, man. Pathetic. You'll see that on forums. Go on some forums. I'll be like, someone go, look, they're all on drugs, and just drug testing is easy to mask. And they go, oh no, it isn't, because Jarrell Miller popped, didn't he? Like one guy out of every single heavyweight is due. It's pathetic, man. These normies are so pathetic, man. But anyway, yeah, this isn't really a channel for normies. It's for red pillars. Now. What's interesting, just one of me fans mentioned it. One of me fans mentioned it in the comments. It's quite a good comment. So I did a video saying, well, could Fish Eyes, allegedly Frank Warren, could he have leaked the story to sports? Because that's important. It's well known amongst a possibly small, but probably not as small as you'd think, band of people. And most of them are to do with the promotion. They keep stum, man. They want their money. They want to upset the uppercut, man. They want their cash money. There's some people who would know who don't. Who in fact, they may even have an interest in wrecking the promotion. Now, number one suspect, as mentioned in my last video, right, was Fish Eyes, because, he doesn't like her. He knows he wants to sabotage him. And he's especially bitter. Fish Eyes, he bears grudges, blood. You know what I mean? He bears them grudges, You see that in the evil little eyes, and, you can see that he don't like losing, and he loves stitching people up. If he thinks, he's one of them guys, if he thinks someone's done a wrong, and he'll do his best to get revenge. Except possibly on Terry Marsh. Not much happened to old Terry. But yeah. Anyway, well, allegedly, I should say. Of course, allegedly. Anyway, because if you trust the British justice system, well, he didn't do nothing. Never caught the guy. Anyway, yeah, big up Terry Marsh. So, Fish Eyes was very bitter. He loves money. He's always folding companies and ripping people off. I think he owed Joe Calzaghe over $1 million. They went to court and, whatever. I think they found a favour Calzaghe. But of course, the old company that dealt with the money had been folded. So it was never paid, It's actually quite easy to manipulate limited companies if you got to know your stuff, But it's not that difficult, to avoid incurring personal debts and debts on your person by using the limited company system. Anyways, so... Warren, of course, he blames Eddie Hearns and Gage for not signing the contract. Warren got the contract over. Gage didn't sign it. You could say, it's a bit unreasonable for you. No, they waited at least 2 weeks, man. Come on, man. That's enough to have your lawyers look at something like that. Yeah, it'll be long, it'll be detailed, it'll be complex. One of the biggest British fight ever in terms of money and visibility. Yeah? And one of the biggest ever, in the world, especially now. Right? So obviously, you've got to go over with a fine-tooth comb, but they clearly didn't, Gage and Hearn. I don't think they wanted to fight, really. I don't know whether they're just keeping their head in the papers or, because they basically know they're going to get wrecked by Fury, unless he gets back on the yayo, which he seemed to do the other night. Monday, give me some gack. Yeah, Monday. But, yeah, so, I think Warren, saw a massive payday taken away from him and his fighter, obviously Fury. The biggest payday. That would be the biggest payday ever for Warren. He can't. It was the biggest British fight ever. Heavyweights, British heavyweights. Well, a Nigerian heavyweight and an Irish heavyweight. Some would say, but it's more complex than that. The nationality and culture and identity, all such complex topics, especially these days, because they love to mix us up and get us divided. But whatever. Let's say 2 British fighters for the sake of it. There would be nothing bigger. Even though Gijay has lost 2 fights, and 3 of the last 5, including getting ironed out by Fat Andy. But it's still a massive fight. The public, especially the Kazis, quickly forget. And I'd be up for that. I'd be buzzing for that fight. And I'm a hardcore boxing fan, as Porky might say. Yeah, I'm an hardcore. All right. So Frank Warren, fish eyes, allegedly, is very, very upset. Would be very upset with her. And he's lost his biggest payday for himself, for his fighter. And he's probably already decided how he's going to spend that cash money. I'm going to build an even bigger Frank Warren Towers, fish eyes house. I don't know what he'll spend his money on. I don't know much about Warren. He doesn't like spend money on flashy clothes, as far as I can see. His family stuff's kept quite low. Although his wife, who's allegedly a former model, his wife, not him by the way, you notice, recently got a judge in a civil court having to pay some builders a certain amount of money back, because I don't know, there was some building issue with their home, and then they discovered some bats, but they couldn't build there, and blah de blah. I don't exactly get into the complexity of this. I don't care, but basically. The court ordered that Mrs. Warren, whoever she is, would have to pay back the builders. And it's funny, even though it's Frank Warren's house, where he lives, it's under her name, You can do all these little slippery things so you don't get nicked. Because, in business and if you go broke or this happens or that happens and court judgments happens, if you got your assets in other people's names, like your wife, and you can protect yourself. I don't know the ins and outs on this. I haven't ripped anyone off. I've been ripped off, but I haven't ripped anyone off. And I ain't got no personal assets anymore. I used to, blood. Anyway, that's a different story. So, Warren is a number 1 suspect. However, it's taken me a bit long to get this. A new suspect has arisen. One of my fans mentioned this, whoever grasped wanted that fight pulled. Okay. So, who else could have won in that fight pull? Now, someone mentioned, this is weird, Emily Eubanks, right? And you might think, well, hang on a minute. She's going out with Frank Smith. Were they married? I don't know. She's going out and married with the oil driller, Frank Smith, And so why would she want to scupper, the money that would be going to him for this promotion? I mean, I don't actually know if there would be any, because he's on salary, I assume, so... But it's still messing up the company he works for, no? Well, there are a number of reasons, right? Number 1, judging by her Twitters and things, Instas, she's a sweet girl, Unlike the other weirdos in the Eubanks family, she seems very sweet, She's not narcissistic, There was a few video interviews with her with Frank Smith, and Frank Smith came across as the tool, the fat oil driller, but she came across quite sweet and playful. She likes her dog, You can tell people they got kind heart. They're really like the animals, you get me? Especially their own animals, the dogs, but she will be naive. She's a woman. She'll be emotional as well, and naive. So she won't really know that much about boxing, even though she's lived around it all her life, right? And she'll hear the, all the what's called melodramatic headlines. Oh, Conor Benn's on steroids. Oh, he could have superhuman strength and he could kill Chris Eubank because Chris Eubank has to go down and wait or be dehydrated and this kind of stuff, all the hype and the nonsense. I mean, I think it's possible in boxing, obviously, but, and then she'll read the articles with her dad, a narcissistic dad saying, I don't want this fight to happen. I don't think it's safe for Chris to go in against the Conor Benn at that weight, or... whatever, and she would have been, it's really dangerous. He goes, I don't want to lose another son this year. I've already lost Seb Eubank. So this is her brother, Emily's brother. She's suddenly thinking, I might lose Chris as well. You know, because she's a girl, she's emotional. And women are more emotional, and that's a good thing because they're there for nurture, they look after kids, look after their husbands. You know, if they're a traveller, they can cook a huge stew for the chavies and for the hubby when he comes back from grafting, like Huey Fury. Okay? So, you know, women are emotional for a reason because they nurture and care for the kids in evolution and in culture. Don't listen to all that stuff being poured on you now. Yeah, I see a man in the pub the other day, and he's like, "There's nothing in this world that a man can do, the woman can't do better." You know, and I was like, "Blood clot!" And he was shaking his hand like as if you couldn't even, you know, you couldn't even, you couldn't even question that, regardless of evidence everywhere. You know, but I'm not getting into that, you know, that argument because this is a boxing channel, you all know, and well, the occasional Corey channel too. But you know, I largely stick to that. On my Patreon, I go more into this about the agenda and what they're doing to us psychologically and why it's happening. And it's very dark, by the way. It's much darker than you think. So Emily, being a sweet girl, nice girl, she don't want her brother to get hurt, and she's getting worried about this. So she leaks the story to Sportsmail. That's another theory, another suspect, if you like. Yeah, maybe we can try and have a Cluedo-like type thing where we look at a number of suspects to find out who did leak. Because someone with an agenda leaked it. So it could be Warren, like I said, Fish Eyes, who wants to cause her some grief and take away his payday after he took away Frank's payday. Could be Emily Eubank. She don't want to see her brother Chris hurt because she's, you know, ill-informed about with weights and fights and stuff, and she's lost her brother already. So she's not a bad suspect. I thank me fun that said it. Let's have a look and find out what his name is. I forgot it. Let's have a look. Yeah, it was my boy Objective Incision. All right. So yeah, that's a good one. Thank you, Objective Incision. Big up to you, bro. I was an interesting theory. At first, I thought you were just joking, but I looked at it, I was like, no, hang on, there could be something there. So, yeah, if you got any me funds, if you got any other potential suspects for the grass to the Sportsmail, and I don't think it's Spencer Fearon. I mean, he's naturally a grass, but, you know, he doesn't get anything by grassing. Yeah, I think he grassed on my merch as well, you know. Anyway, I'm going to destroy him metaphorically, figuratively, at a later date. And he also, you remember, Spencer Fearon said, "I'm coming for you." I mean, that's a threat, right? He makes other threats to harm me. As if I care, man. That man couldn't even do one week behind door on remand without crying. Yeah, you think he could come and murder up the Triple B? I might knock on his... I know where he lives. I had a friend who lives on that road, yeah, where he lives. I come and knock on his... "All right, pal, how are you? Here I am. Yeah, you're going to murderlise me. You said you were coming for me, but I'm just here to hang out, man. What's going on?" Yeah, bumba clat. Anyway, I might bring him some, Triple B merchandise. Here you go, bro. I got your T-shirt. Yeah. So, Emily Eubank. So I mean, that's interesting. I would say it's definitely interesting, even though it sounded silly at the start. But let's have, let's look at it. If anyone has any other suspects, I mean, seriously, well, they could joke as well, but any other suspect they think might have deliberately leaked to Sportsmail, has someone felt they've been hard done by in the camp, in there? There's someone maybe who was fighting on the bill, been treated badly, and he wants, and not been paid enough, and he wants it to fall to. I don't know these kind of scenarios. Maybe someone got fired who was working on the promotion or something like that. There has to be an insider or someone close to it who would have known, who would have grasped to the Sportsmail. So yeah, let's have a theory. Stick it in the comments, bloods. And yeah, I'm talking fast. And no, I'm not in Yale. I just have 2 coffees and a Furosity. I don't know why I drink this Furosity, man, because it's just full of... Don't follow the Triple B's lead because it's full of this hideous, like, compounds and additives, and it's no good. But I just, I don't know, man. I bought like 4 of them and I've still got one left. I want to try all the flavours, and I feel makes me buzz a bit, man. I know. But without the, like sometimes you drink too much coffee and I feel so aggressive, man. Someone looks at me funny, I feel like I'm Debo roid rage. What are you looking at? But but this stuff doesn't make me that aggressive. It just makes me like talk. Anyway, yo, drop me your theories in the comments, and I'll have a look at them. Maybe I'll make a video on it. And thank you for my boy Objective Incision, blood. Yeah, nice one. Yeah. Just before I go, on this video. So there are another couple of suspects. I mean, basically anyone who'd want to scupper that big show. Obviously, we said Fish Eyes. Maybe Emily Eubanks was, too emotionally involved. Didn't want the fight. Maybe Chris Eubank as well, because he's full of nonsense usually, but he might have actually been a bit stressed. You remember how stressed he got when they said Steve Collins was hypnotised and he was like really freaked out. So maybe with the roid raging in the weight, maybe he is freaked out. Maybe also like Chris Jr. eating all this fried chicken and stuff seems to be like he knew it was going to get called off. He was just having a laugh. How would he know it was called off? Well, because someone in his family grasped. So there's add Chris Eubank as a suspect. Add also someone at Sky Sports as a suspect. Now, boxing is a small world, yeah? They would have tried to keep this tight, but enough people need it. You only need one guy to sing, one person to sing, right? Yeah, one guy who isn't 100% loyal and involved, and boxing is not full of loyal people, trust me. So, and someone at Sky Sports might well have links with, VADA, or, in fact, they definitely will. So, let's think about that. Yeah, who would be at Sky Sports? Who would benefit from? Who's bitter about Hearn? And who's bitter about Hearn and DAZN and taking away Gay J? Well, Adam Smith. He's a spiteful bugger. Yeah. He's the number one suspect, by the way, for taking down a lot of the merch on the Triple B store, because the first T-shirt to get taken down was the Adam Smith one. Now, he watches. What do big dogs watch the Triple B? He would have seen my video, which had a picture of the Adam Smith. There's the respect, and he got taken down for copyright reasons. So Smith is a spiteful man. You know that. It's his culture, in it as well. He stitched up a lot of people, which is what you're going to find out about. That's how he became his head of Sky Boxing, by stitching people up. Yeah, it's been mentioned as well. But look at Ricky Hatton, the guy who was his alleged best man. Dropped him from Sky 2 weeks after the wedding. Yeah, this is a man who has got no emotion. He doesn't care about stitching people up. It's all about Adam Smith. So yeah, he's a big suspect as well. Adam Smith might have dropped him. Well, yeah, please just you cannot mention my name, but I 100% Jeff Powell, I 100% know that Conor Benn has failed a drug test. Yeah, you can see. You can just imagine the conversation. Jeff Powell, his mate. Yeah, Jeff Powell probably also gave Adam Smith a little brown envelope. Thanks for that. That'd be a nice article for me. There's no loyalty in this boxing game, especially very little loyalty in life, especially in the scumbags that in this world, let alone in boxing. So, those are two other good suspects: Chris Eubank Sr., and Adam Smith. Who else hates the zone? Think about that. Who else hates Eddie Hearn in the zone? Let's think about that. All right, guys? Comment in the comments.